What's up, everybody? This is Joseph R. Wheeler, the third artist founder and the president of the ONYXCON Foundation. And today's episode is all about probably one of the most epic points in my entire trip to the Yucatan, Quintana Roo area, which consists of Cancun, Playa del Carmen, Tulum, and surrounding areas. We didn't make it to Tulum, but we did stay in Playa. Yes, I stayed in Playa del Carmen, aka just Playa. It's the beach of Carmen, and it was beautiful. It was wonderful. I really enjoyed Playa. I definitely would stay in Playa again if I ever decide to go back to the Yucatan. I do want to visit Cancun again because I didn't stay in Cancun a lot. I didn't ever really stay in Cancun. I had plans to, missed a day, flight situation. You can check that out on one of my first videos about this trip. And I basically just went to Cancun just for Lucha Libre. Again, you can see that on another amazing entry in this series. Go check that out. Shout out to Lucha Titlan. But this is all about the great ruin, one of the 8th wonders of the world, Chichen Itza. Went to Chichen Itza, y'all. Finally saw it, and to stand there in front of it was absolutely incredible. And it all is because of planning, great planning, and I want to make sure at the beginning of this video, I've been telling them ever since I met them, man, I'm going to shout you out, I'm going to give you your props, I'm going to let people know you do an excellent job. But there's a brother who works at the Holiday Inn Express in Playa del Carmen, which is the one I stayed at, and he works right at a little desk. When you first walk in, you can't miss him if he's on duty. His name is Cuba, like the country, C-U-B-A. Shout out to Cuba. Cuba, you my homie, man. You my homie for life. I've actually made a great friend in Cuba. We've stayed in touch since my trip, and I hope to, whenever I go to Mexico and I'm in that region, I want to check out my homie and hang out with him. He's a real good brother. And so I'm going to give y'all some footage of me talking to Cuba when I first met him and him convincing me of the tour that I ended up taking for Chichen Itza. Because the thing about going into that region of Yucatan, it's deep into the jungle. It's nowhere near Playa del Carmen. You take an hour and a half, I think, bus to get out there, right? Now you can take what they call the ADO, which is the general shuttle bus, well, not even shuttle bus, these are huge tour buses that are air conditioned, real nice, got TVs on them, bathrooms on some of them. They come in like 3 different versions, but all of the ones I ever rode on were all about the same. They were all nice with air conditioning and everything, plush seats that recline, the whole 9, right? You can do that, but the thing about taking a trip for yourself, you got to get your ticket when you get there. There will be a line. You're going to be hot in the sun the whole time you're there. It's no use in adding more headache to it. So I suggest for anybody doing this the first time you ever been, just take a tour. Take a good tour. And one of the best tours you could take, in my opinion, is through the companies that my man Cuba presented. He gave me these brochures. These are some of the ones. And the companies he deals with, it's multiple companies. One of them is Equinox Tours. None of these companies are affiliated with ONYXCON. We don't have any, we're not getting anything out of shouting them out. Only reason I'm shouting them out is because Cuba works for them and I support him and he's a good brother. Xcaret Expeditions. That's another one right there. You can see, you know what I mean? And I believe that's the one that booked me for my tour of Chichen Itza, which you can see right here on the cover of the brochure. It was awesome, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all inside. I did do the package where you go to Chichen Itza. You also go to a cenote, which are the ritualistic deep pools from limestone that has collapsed over the ages and created these amazing pools for you to swim in. And some of them are in straight up caves, and some of them are still like open at the top where you can see the sun and everything outside. Some of them are more like lagoons. I really wanted to go to one who was more like a lagoon, but the only one that was attached to this tour was one that was more like what you see right here. It's like you can see the sun on those people. So the sun was above me, and the cave walls around me kind of look, but you do see the top straight out to the sky. And it was beautiful. I mean, it was crowded because it was one of the more popular ones. And everybody who takes that tour tends to stop there at that same one. And let me see, I'm trying to remember the exact name of the cenote as I go through here. It's just not popping up right away. Anyway, it'll be said in the video because I think when my man Cuba is going over all the details of what's going to be on the trip for me, he breaks it down. So you'll see in that. But And then we also went to Valladolid. Yeah, Valladolid, the little town, so small town that was built. It's a very interesting story. You know, I'm not going to tell it again. I'm going to let my man Cooper do the talking. He's going to break it down. I think I got a piece where he's talking about that. But anyway, I went to Chichen Itza, Cenote, Valladolid, and then back to Playa. That was one heck of a trip, one heck of a day. And with no further ado, here we go. Enjoy. So I'm here with, what's your name?
Cuba, like the country.
Cuba, okay, cool. That's what's up. Are you born and raised?
Here in Mexico. I was raised in the United States, but I was born in Mexico.
Okay, what place in the U.S.?
In North Carolina.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, you're in the South, like I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, I have family in Savannah as well.
Nice. Yeah, Savannah's beautiful. Yeah, for real. So I was getting some of my pronunciation right, and he was just telling me that even for a lot of Mexicans here, because Mayan is such an old language, and only some are still directly tied to Mayan, and others are not. So they still sometimes mess up the words a little bit. So how do you pronounce what I think is Chichen Itza?
It's Chichen Itza.
Chichen Itza.
Yes.
Okay.
But even that word is like a bastardization from Spanish.
Okay.
Because even the Spanish, when they came in the colonial era, they couldn't pronounce it. Actually, there is a
typical. That's what always happens when the Europeans come. Yeah.
The whole peninsula, which is comprised of 3 states, which is Campeche, Quintana Roo, and Yucatan.
Okay.
Which has the same name.
Uh-huh.
Yucatan, actually, a lot of people think that when they ask what is the name of the land and they couldn't understand you, they say Yucatan. That means I don't understand you, and they put the name Yucatan.
Bruh, Cuba. Do you know? I don't know if you ever knew this, but I saw this. It's like a kids show for nature, and I love nature stuff. So anyway, this guy was talking about the same exact thing happened in Australia with the many languages of the indigenous people, and when they were asked, like they're looking at a kangaroo, and they're like, "What's that?" And they said kangaroo, which means I don't understand you. The same thing. So you got a whole world of animals and plants named, I don't know what the hell you was talking about, man. And people are still saying this stuff to this day and getting offended if you change it. This is where we got to go. We got to go back to the original. I'm about that, for real. Yeah. I appreciate you.
Yes, but for example, the X is very important for Mayan language.
Okay.
It's ish, so it's shell ha.
Shell ha.
So this company called Xcaret, which actually means little inlet. Ha means water.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to really check my my notes.
Right.
I think this is north, so this is like water from the north.
Water from the north,
but
okay.
Ha is water, but this one I'm not quite sure. But Xcaret means little inlet, which is the big Mexican company which has the access to all of these parts. So in honor to the Mayan language, they put always the X, even in words that are not entirely Mayan. Not for to explore, is explore.
Right.
Savage. So actually, this one is an Nahua word, which is from like the Aztecs, the Mexicans.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But they combine it with words just to like a pair of words. So they put instead of Xochimilco, which is the original word, they put Xochimilco. Like Chichen Itza, they put Chichen. They combine the words.
Okay. So do you break it up, or do you kind of say it like one word? Is it like Chichen Itza?
Chichen Itza.
Chichen Itza. Okay. Okay. That's what's up. I want to be official. We're gonna get it right.
Yes, I have heard people from South America that they try to pronounce Xcaret and they say Chacaret because they try to go one after the other.
Blend it, blending the consonants. I got you. Wow, dope. Okay, I appreciate you, man. That's a great lesson.
Means right now, but it could be from right now to infinity.
Yeah.
And some people think it's like, oh, it's very disrespectful that you're. No, it's that it's part of the culture.
Right. Here, taking time, just living the now. Yeah.
Exactly.
I feel ahora.
Ahorita is like it could be from now to infinity, but it's not to disrespect you. Sure. Even when you are a kid, for example, and someone invites you to a party, no, with your friend.
See? You're
excited that you want to go to the party, and the party says 7.
Don't show up at 7.
Nobody has to show at 7 because but how you learn it is you are insist to your mom, no? Mom, I want to go. Everybody said at 7. 7 means 7, no?
Okay.
So you arrive, nobody's there, and they are still putting everything. And what you do, if you arrive early, you have to help.
Right. You part of it. Yeah, exactly. Now, everything you just described is the same in just about all, and there are many, just like there are many Hispanic cultures, there are many African diasporic cultures. Same story, bro. American Black Party, you don't show up when it starts.
No.
Unless you want to be like family setting it up.
Exactly.
And then the other funny thing is, like, I went to a party one time, a lady I know, she was from Nigeria. She was Igbo, same story. She told us, these are older folk too. You think, maybe because they're older, it'd be a little bit different. No, it's even worse, because they're getting even more fancy. Like, by the time they get finished getting dressed, it takes so long, because I'm talking about they're ragged. They look like they're going to a wedding, it's just a party, and they're going to show up, it started at 10, no, they're going to show up at 12, and the thing ain't going to stop till maybe the next morning.
Yeah, depends also, since we have a combination of a lot of cultures as well. It's not from the country of Mexico. Actually, the real name of Mexico is the United Mexican States. And we are divided also from, for example, from Veracruz, where I'm from.
Oh, yeah.
We have part of the Totonac culture.
Oh, yeah, you definitely know.
So it's the Totonacs. Oaxaca has the Zapotec.
Yeah.
Here is the Maya. And even the Maya have different branches as well. Since my family come from Chiapas, there's also another branch of Maya, so have Maya as well and Totonac, no?
Nice.
And even if you start checking our roots, for example, people from Veracruz have African roots as well.
I was waiting on you to say it. If you didn't, I was going to say it and see how you react. Yes, sir.
Actually, there is in Veracruz, there is a town, was the first town of free slaves.
I know the one you're talking about.
With Janga.
Yes, and they have a statue for him. I want to see that.
He has with the machete.
With
like
the machete, yes.
And he even got it so the Spanish leave him alone. So they were not messing with the caravans passing through them, because Veracruz was a very important port on that time.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I always wanted to go there too, and I'm going to eventually. You tell me, but like the last person I asked about it from Mexico, she was like an older lady that I met in Atlanta, and she told me, she said, no, don't go now. She said it's all messed up because of the drug mess. They done took over and stuff.
Depends. Well, Mexico is a big country, and there are places that you for sure can go. Depends on the times, the season. I don't know, many factors, but you can make it possible. Veracruz, actually, there was a couple here, also from the States.
Okay.
But they were from California.
Yeah.
And they told me that they have gone to see their family's history, So they went to, they have from Michoacan, and they went even to see Veracruz as well.
Dope. That's nice. That's nice. Because I always wanted to see the Olmec heads. That's my thing. And I mean, all of this is my thing, but especially I want to see that. And I know that they've moved them around. Like some of them are in Mexico City, some of them in other parts now, because there's such a big tourist grab that like a lot of places want to be able to claim at least one of them and like, we got this one or whatever. So have you seen those yet? Have you ever had a chance to see the heads?
No.
Man.
To see I have seen the replicas, not the original.
Okay, I know they.
And actually, I'm from the Olmecs. I'm close to that place. What I do have right now, because it was important for them, there was a special type of jade called the blue jade or blue Olmec jade that is original brought from all the way from Guatemala.
Nice.
And I have a pendant.
Dope.
I found it with the blue hue. It was from them. And in where I'm from, in the southern part of Veracruz, it's called the Olmec Trail. All the people from that area,
cool.
they have the statue. Actually, in Tabasco, which is in the northern state close to Veracruz, they have a museum.
Yeah, I think I've seen somebody else's footage of that. Real cool dude that's inspired me. If you ever check him out, his name is Ace Live. He's on YouTube. He's a major YouTuber. Like, he's been everywhere, all over Mexico, all over Guatemala, all over the world. This dude went to Antarctica, but he did a video from that museum you're talking about. So I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's real cool, man. That's nice. Yeah, hey, they got the right guy sitting over here, man. You know your stuff. That's what's like, most people, it's just a job,
No, but I like my history because when people ask me, like, for example, for my statue, because people from this area, the Maya tend to be shorter. Okay?
Yeah.
So they told me, you're not Mexican. You go, oh, I'm not Mexican. You go, no, because you are not that short.
Oh, okay.
And I'm telling, because I have all of these backgrounds.
Right. Yeah, it's all in you. Yeah,
from the Central Park, from here.
How tall are you?
It's 172.
In feet.
172, but I don't know.
So you do the centimeters.
Like
I know.
5'8", 5'7",
Okay,
something
I
like
got
that.
you. Right. Yeah.
But
yeah.
from the standard,
Yeah, I know what you mean. That
yes,
is taller than most.
but actually, from my father's side, I'm one of the shortest ones. Everybody is even taller.
Okay.
But from my mom, because from the Totex they're also small. From them I'm very high, and from other family I'm very small.
I feel you.
But you get to see and to learn about your roots, no? It's very important.
Heck yeah.
For example, when I started to put all of my piercings on here, it's also because I wanted to be proud of my
traditions,
from my indigenous blood, no?
Right.
For them putting their the piercings and to tattoo yourself. I have tattoos.
Okay, yeah.
It was very important for the culture.
Nice. Word. Love that, man. You know your stuff. That's cool. Very cool. Go ahead. You just keep going. You good.
Okay. So for this tour, it goes at 8:10 in the morning, and you will visit three things, which is the Chichen Itza tour, archaeological site. We visit a cenote, and we visit the city of Valladolid.
Okay.
In Chichen Itza, we're going to be for 2 hours. In the cenote, we're going to be for 1 hour, and Valladolid for half an hour. To give you an explanation. They actually also give you the story of this place. I don't know if you see the color of the church. Cannot look like the color of the pyramid. Because in that time, when they start to make this settlement, the Spanish destroy a pyramid to make part of the acculturization, part of the acculturization process, no? To like, don't worship your gods, worship mine.
Force you on it,
Actually, there was a big war in the 1800s called the Guerra de Castas, because also we as a culture, but depends of your race. For example, the Spanish coming, exactly the caste system. The Spanish coming all the way from Spain, well, Spanish Peninsular, they were the higher caste, no?
Right.
Then the Spanish Criollo, which was the Spanish of the second Spanish who were born in Mexico, or in the New Spain in that time, no? And then all of the different mixtures.
Yeah.
Usually, what we identify as a culture, we call mestizos.
Mestizos, yeah.
Mestizo was the combination of Spanish and indigenous, and then all of the different ones.
Right.
So with all of that combinations, there was a war here, and they wanted to destroy that church. Actually, that church for the entrance is open in the other side because of that war. Because in order to protect it, they have to close up that entrance.
Wow.
So they give you the explanation of the history of the place, the history of here, and then you get to swim in these kind of cenotes that only appeared in Yucatan.
Gotcha.
In these ones, just the center are about 138 feet deep. So if some people go see the water, and depends with the sun, some is like a turquoise, but sometimes translucent. And the moment they see the abyss, they're like, no, I don't want to go inside. So in here, you get to swim a little bit in this area, and you get to try also, it's a buffet in Mexican food, but from the Mayan cuisine.
Okay.
Usually we have there is a type of pork here called cochinita.
I think I've heard of that. Let me ask you this.
It's like a luau.
Is that real super spicy? I can only do mild.
No.
I can't do.
Yes, here, because of tourism, we always put the spice
on the side. There we go.
Like a salsa.
Right.
And you get to, if you want to try it.
Usually
I tell you to try it, but you know.
Right, for real. Your finger might catch on fire. Yeah.
What happened that since we are very small, like we're kids.
Okay.
For example, one of my funny memories, and the one that I enjoyed, is when I was very little, and my grandmother used to make food, no? So at that time, we have a dish called chiles rellenos, which is just filled chili peppers.
Yeah.
But usually what you have to do is you have to take the veins of the chili pepper, which is the spicy part. But my grandmother leave it inside. So like, I can make whichever filling you want. I love cheese, so I will like fill with cheese.
Right.
But you have to eat it. And you remember crying, but you are getting used to it.
Right.
Now if I try food without the sauce,
it doesn't even taste for you. Yeah.
So that's why we
grew up on it. I understand. Yeah,
so they try to give you a little bit of the cuisine, and if you want it, you can try the salsa, but it's not mandatory that you
Sure. I got you. All right.
And that's the tour.
So how much is this one total in pesos and everything?
This one, with the discount of the hotel, it's 135 American dollars.
Okay. Is there anyone that's cheaper?
Yes, I have one that is on promotion. Remember I told you that I have like 5 companies.
Okay, cool.
This one goes at 135 and the other one with the company. I have one.
Because really for me, I love the story of what you just said about Valladolid, but I would most importantly just want to see Chichen and a cenote.
But actually the other tour does the same thing.
Okay.
That one is with a company called Convey, and the tour costs $80.
So now we're talking. Yeah.
That one costs is a promotion that is just $80.
Okay.
But that one doesn't include you some things. For example, the food is included.
Okay.
The entrance and the taxi for Chichen Itza, round trip transportation.
Okay.
The cenote, Valladolid is included. But in this one, what you don't have included is the drinks. Nor the
Are you talking about liquor? I don't drink.
No,
so we
drinks are just...
just water or whatever?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, the lockers to put your stuff...
Oh, you mean when you're at the cenote. Gotcha.
And the life jackets. That one you have to pay.
Okay.
But it's not that much. For example, for
I would
the
need
lockers...
I can swim, so I actually brought me some flippers, so... Between my goggles and I'm good because I ain't trying to dive. You know.
For that one, it costs like $2 to $3 extra.
Yeah.
So let's say you have to pay, even with the drinks, like $12 extra.
Okay.
Depends what you're drinking and depends if you're paying the life jacket if you want to swim.
Right.
That's up to you and you do it over there. But what you pay to us is $80 of the promotion.
Okay.
And it leaves every day at 7:20 in the morning.
Okay.
Right here, 30 seconds from here.
Oh, it's real close. Okay, gotcha.
They come to pick you up and then they take you to the tour.
Okay.
Just also keep it.
Oh, I thought you were saying the tour is that close.
No,
okay.
Chichen Itza is
Sure. At least
3 hours from here.
I'm about to say, I know it's a ways, yeah.
It's in the Yucatan state.
It's deep in the, yeah.
Exactly.
No doubt. Okay. So 3 hours to get there, and then after you leave there, you go to the cenote for that one?
Yes.
This is the $80 one you were talking
Exactly.
about?
You get to see the tour goes like this. They come to pick you at 7:20.
Mm-hmm.
They then gonna take you to a meeting point where they divide the groups by language.
Okay.
And after that, they're gonna go to Chichen Itza.
Okay.
But in this tour in particular, the one with the promotion, they first go to have lunch.
Okay.
They take you to Naciente to have lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Then they take you to Chichen Itza for 2 hours with the guide and everything, and then they take you to the cenote to enjoy just the cenote, and after that is the Valladolid.
And the lunch is included.
Yes,
Okay, gotcha.
Remember, it's not just the drinks,
Sure.
life jackets, or
just the extra stuff at the cenote. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that, man. That's awesome. And so the day came, and everything went smoothly. Money was exchanged, and I'm happy I spent it. This gentleman right here is Jesus. He was our guide for the day, and when I tell you this brother is excellent, shout out to you, Jesus. You will be hearing his voice for the remainder or most of the remainder of this feature because I want you to hear the wisdom that he shared about his proud heritage as a Mayan man. He is connected to the culture as a Mexican, and he spoke proudly of this and broke down a lot of misconceptions about Mayan culture and deeper truths about Chichen Itza and the surrounding areas. Pay attention. Class is in session.
Están relacionados. I'll tell you why. Te voy a decir por qué. This is the scientific base. Esta es la base científica. The moon is a satellite of Earth. The only satellite Earth has. La Tierra tiene un satélite y es la luna. So moon loops around Earth. La luna gira alrededor de la Tierra. My friends, when we have full moon, the moon approaches the closest possible to Earth. Cuando hay luna llena, la luna se acerca lo más cerca posible a la Tierra. And what happens, my friends? ¿Y qué sucede, mis amigos? Well, my friends, the most abundant resource we have on Earth is water. El recurso más abundante que tenemos es el agua. ¿Sí? Mis amigos, ¿dónde está el agua en el planeta Tierra? Where's the water in the planet, in this planet? Because, well, there is a magnetism with the water and the moon in full moon. Hay un magnetismo con el agua en la Tierra, en el planeta, y la luna. Por eso hay marea alta en el océano. That's why there is high tide in the ocean. The water is in the ocean, in the rivers, in the lagoons, the lakes, springs, etc. El agua está primordialmente, mis amigos, pues en el océano, en los ríos, las lagunas, los lagos, los manantiales, etc. In this jungle, en esta jungla. These trees have water. Estos árboles tienen agua. These plants, estas plantas. My friends, the animals, of course, have water. También los animales tienen agua. The most important water for you is in your body. El agua más importante para ti está en tu cuerpo. What is the percentage of water in your body, my friends? ¿Cuál es el porcentaje de agua en tu cuerpo?
75.
It's high, right? Es alto, ¿verdad? 75% or something like that. 75% más o menos. Bueno, excepto por Juan. Except Juan. He's special. Él es especial. 50% water, 50% agua. 20%, 20% tequila. 5% coffee, 5% café. Okay? Amigos, do you really think that the moon has influence on the water, the planet of all this planet Earth, and not in the water in your body? ¿Tú realmente crees que la luna tiene una influencia en el agua de todo el planeta excepto el agua en tu cuerpo?
Smaller than a football. And my friends, heavy because it's solid rubber. Now, everybody apparently is grabbing this piece of wood right here. You see it? Apparently, but him, not him, he's grabbing a dagger. What do you think is the material of this dagger, my friends?
Absolutely.
Of course, the sharpest material in the world. And he actually used this dagger to cut the head to this guy. See, he decapitated him. Actually, he's grabbing the head with his hand. This is not a death penalty, my friends. This is not a punishment. This is a ritual that finished, and this guy brought balance to the universe. So he is sacrificed as he's going to the sky and reincarnating on Earth. What do you think is the greatest reincarnation we can have in the Maya area? A jaguar, my friends. It's the largest predator, the most powerful of them. So a jaguar, it would be great, you know? Okay. In Mexico, somebody dies, okay? Somebody you love. In Dia de Muertos, in the Day of the Dead, we place this altar in our houses. 3 levels, like the universe. We place these colorful candles, colorful flowers. We place their pictures, and in front of their pictures, their favorite food, drink, dessert, piece of bread. Amigos, it's a beautiful way of remembering somebody you love, not somebody you used to love. That love is right there, you know? So, my friends, meanwhile, the world is thinking in something else. Mexico is, my friends, thinking and putting a lot of love in what we do. That's why people love the Mexican food, because it's had a lot of it. You know,
That is, check out the hair. We know who they are and who they are a part of. We are one. Universe blessed. Humanity. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Let's go.